Well, hello, lovely people. How are we doing today? That's better, thank you. It's a whopping 53 degrees outside here in Austin, Texas, and today is new video release. So here is song number 4, I believe. Let me share it with you. Add it to the screen. Pop it to the window. We want the full screen. Hide it. And we want the full screen. You know how I am, y'all. Push the button. Boom. Go. Saw an old man, Chevy pickup, had American pride all over his truck, 4 flags in the back, 2 on the side, 1 on the hood. Had alright. Uncomfortable conversations of, am I worthy of love? The devil's in the details. I'm authentically forever myself. These dreams keep telling me someday people will judge me by my character, not by the color of my skin, not by the color of my skin. Saw an old man, Chevy pickup, had American pride all over his truck. Here in America, got our own saying, united we stand, divided we fall. September 11th, 2001, seen American pride on the face of everyone. Now it's August 2022. If I saw that same old ride, I'd have to take a double take to make sure it's not a mob of proud boys driving by to take a shot at me. Uncomfortable conversations of, am I worthy of love? Devil's in the details. I'm authentically forever myself. These dreams keep telling me someday people will judge me by my character, not by the color of my skin, not by the color of my skin. Saw an old man, Chevy pickup, had American pride all over his truck, 4 flags in the back, and 2 on the side, 1 on the hood. Had alright. Alrighty then, that is my new video. Let me bring on the fellas. Bring on the fellas. Okay. Gotta push all the buttons, y'all. Here comes Mr. Wiley. There's my co-host for today, Mr. Wiley.
Hey, Sonia. Man, you don't tackle the light issues.
You know what? Let me bring on the other fellas as well. So you can introduce them. I'll just be on the sidebar going, hey, what you doing? Okay, so I'll bring them on one at a time. Here's John. Here's Alex, Corey, and here's Scott. Welcome, fellas.
So,
hi.
Wait. Cheers. I think that's one of my favorite parts of doing this show now.
Yeah, so today I wanted to bring in these artists. They're both from around the Sacramento, California area. Different artists, but ones that I know, and their music is really good. And I like to think that folks watching this in Austin would listen to this and dig their sounds. So we have Scott. He plays under the moniker SR Laws.
Senor.
And then from a band called Bad Mother Nature, we have John, Axel, and Corey. Why don't we'll go around and just kind of talk about yourselves for a minute. Let's start with Scott and then head over Bad Mother Nature's way.
Thanks for having me here, Sonia. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. My honor.
I know Wiley from living in Austin in the 90s, and now I live out here where I'm from, which is Northern California, but I grew up in Marysville, but I live in Petaluma, Santa Rosa area, California. And I'm just traveling around and doing shows and meeting up with people like this. And it's great. So I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, you're gigging like crazy right now, right?
Trying to. It's better than working at McDonald's.
Hey, McDonald's paid the bills for a minute.
Well, yes, they do, but yeah.
Cool.
It's great. Got to go where the work is, and that means finding people who share common, beliefs as far as support in, music and the arts or whatever. And so there's, within a certain boundary of my physical capabilities, I like to go out and find those places.
Cool. Axel and Corey? Yeah, y'all want to say a little bit?
Yeah, we're coming from Roseville, California right now. It's kind of where we're based. All four of us live in Roseville. Our fourth band member, Ryan, is not going to be with us today. He's a little busy, so we're here kind of representing him. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
When you introduce yourselves, will you introduce yourself and say, I'm blah, 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 and I play blah?
Mm-hmm. Sure. My name's Axel, and I play the bass and the guitar, and I sing on a portion of our songs as well.
And I'm Corey, and I also play bass and guitar. Axe and I were a little sort of, I guess, gimmick maybe of the band is that we'll switch live, so it's like we'll just like trade the instruments and then kind of run it back that way. And I sing some backups on some of the songs too.
We're both guitar players, and so we wanted to be in a band together, long ago. And in order to do that, one of us has to play bass while the other plays guitar, and so we kind of switch off depending on the song.
Yeah.
Right on. Kind of like the band Chromeo.
Yeah, kind of like Chromeo. Yeah, exactly.
They're fun.
Kind of multi-instrumental,
a little bit.
Yeah. John, how about you?
Hello, my name is John. I'm the drummer for Bad Mother Nature. I'm coming from actually my hometown, Forest Hill, California, which is a small little mining town up here for a family Thanksgiving, early Thanksgiving. And the band won't let me switch instruments, so I'm stuck on the drums.
He really wants to sing.
I'm working on vocal credits, but yeah, I'm the resident 2s and 4s for Bad Mother Nature.
Can you
guys
sing?
Give him a microphone.
He can sing.
He can.
I can't sing.
Oh.
He can.
No, that's the joke, is that they yeah, I can sing a little bit, and I'm working on trying to help with harmonies for this group, but honestly, just letting them do their thing, they do a great job. So I don't know if they need my help, and I don't know if it would be help at this point.
Yeah, that's funny. The band that Scott and I were in, I'm a drummer also, and did not think that I could sing, but I'd be singing harmonies, unmiked, and Scott is always like, "Get a mic, man, get a mic. You're singing, you're singing the harmonies."
That's
So what happens?
He's got to put a mic in front of him to incentivize that.
Yeah.
They're like, nobody in this band saying that to him.
Well, it's one of those things. It's funny that you say that, Wiley, because I'm the same way. I'll just be behind the kit and I'll just start, it's more yelling at this point to get over my drums, but they'll stop the song after and look at me and go, "Why aren't you singing?" And it's just, "No, I don't sing." And they go, "Okay, all right." And so, like I said, we're working on it. We're gonna tie it in there, and we'll probably talk about that later. But yeah, working on it.
Cool.
Question of the day. Whoever wants to start. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Ooh.
Can
That's
this
a
be
great
made-up
question.
superpower?
So Scott said, what?
Can it be a made-up superpower?
It can be whatever you want, brother.
Non-traditional.
Whatever you want, brother.
More interesting.
What comes to mind for me right now is to be able to eat a pint of ice cream with no side effects. Or whatever that superpower
Just
would
straight.
But what kind of...
be. I guess a hyper digestive system.
Okay. No more burbly
That would be
tummy for
really
eating
useful
ice
to
cream.
me right now. So
Just one pint or like 3?
Or
I think just asking for the processing of 1 pint would be acceptable
Just enough. Yeah.
per day for 24 hours.
There you
is
go.
it a
Yeah.
specific type of ice cream?
Cold. I have my favorites, but I'm not super picky.
Maybe superhero.
I think I'd go probably super speed. I'm traditional, or I started my drumming with like punk and metal, and so working on just getting faster has always been a goal of mine. So just give me super speed and I'll just be there. Coordination will come. I just need the speed for starters.
I like these. These are good.
Like the kid in The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Right.
you go. Exactly. Dash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be a killer drummer in a speed metal band.
You'd
That's what
have
I
to-
keep saying, but the kid won't do it. He won't commit to the instrument, so we'll see.
You'd have to invent new instruments for that level of speed.
Yeah, really.
That is fair.
Like, okay, I was just going slow. I was going slow. Alex, Corey,
I would say I've always gone between invisibility and being able to fly. Invisibility would be cool because, both would be great because then you could fly and no one could see you. No one can see you when you're invisible. You can spy on people. Flying would be great because I feel like you can just, it's more efficient to travel that way. And you get to see a different point of view. You get to fly up in the air. So I'd go flying if I had to choose.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking flying too. I always thought I have like once in a while. It's very rare, but like every maybe like 5 to 10 years, I'll have like a flying dream, and I'm just like, that's awesome, And then I'm like, man, I wish that dream just kept going. But yeah, probably flying. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. I can't ever get past flying. Like that's that's the thing.
over to you, Wiley.
Yeah.
Question, and then we'll do a video after.
All right. No, that's cool. Well, let's go back to Bad Mother Nature. I kind of want to learn a little bit more about the band. You've been around for a few years. You've got, I don't know if you have a ton of records. You have a ton of songs on the internet. I don't know. I've seen them put together in album form. But yeah, what's been the story of the band up to now?
Well, so we Axel and I, we actually met in about 10 years ago, actually now this year. almost exactly 10 years ago in college. He and I went to Sacramento State University, and we were both studying film, actually. But and we just kind of randomly got paired up in a class one day, and we both discovered that we liked to play music, and we listened to the same, type of music, and we were both guitar players. And so ever since then, it was sort of like kind of developed, then we ended up like living together, and we were still kind of pursuing film stuff with a couple buddies, but we were always kind of like playing guitar and talking about music on the side. And so then we eventually decided, like, let's start a band, like commit to it. And then the other band member that we have, Ryan, he's actually my brother. He's 3 years younger than me, but he plays the piano and he sings. So in the music video, you'll see him. But when he graduated from Sonoma State University in like 2016, he came over to Sacramento and joined the band. And then John joined us maybe a year or so after that. And I think we have like we have about 3 albums out on Spotify currently. We have an EP, 2 records, and then we're currently working on another EP right now. So we've been, we played a lot of shows kind of in the area, up and down the West Coast, like as far up as like Seattle, all the way down to like Costa Mesa area, like kind of Southern California. So we've pretty much hit the entire West Coast for the most part. And then, are hoping to eventually kind of start branching east.
Yeah, I came in off of a recommendation. I got out of the military and started really wanting to pursue music. And so I was working at Guitar Center, and one of the guys in the drum department said, "Hey, man, are you looking to join a band?" And I had just, repurchased a drum set and was just kind of knocking off rust and didn't really know what I wanted to do. And he was like, "I'm sitting in with this group, Bad Mother Nature." He's like, if you want to go do this thing, I think these guys can do it. And so I was like, well, that coming from you, that's a pretty glowing review, and went over and sat in their house, and we had one jam session. And it was that classic funny thing where they all just kind of sat there and looked around, and they're like, well, so you're in, you're it. And so the rest is history. It's just been, just playing music with a good group of dudes, people who you call friends, family, so it's been just full go ever since.
Yeah.
Right on. And to that note, let me add the video to the screen, and let's bring us all. This song is, who wants to introduce the song?
The song's called Mad Oklahoma. I don't know how to do it.
Good job.
Wow.
It's Mad Oklahoma. This was actually the opening sort of guitar riff that you'll hear Axel play here. This was one of the very early guitar pieces that he showed me, like when we first met. Like, this has been floating around for a long time. And then during, I guess, 2020, kind of during the pandemic, we were recording our album together since we were all living in the same home. We developed it into an actual song, which became Mad Oklahoma.
I will say we originally wanted it to be, because Corey told you we were kind of pursuing film for a long time, and we wanted it to be the score of a spaghetti western that we made as a movie someday. But we ended up just trying to adapt it into an actual 4-minute song, and so that's basically what this turned into.
Yeah, the music video is about as close as we'll get to that.
At least.
Perfect. Here is Mad Oklahoma.
get shorter. Looking for a gentle sign from above. Darling, I have to fly. Please don't ask me why. Don't cry. Goodbye, my love. Long out so that nothing grows, and now the nights get colder. Hoping, but the gentle sign never comes. Darling, I have to fly. Please don't ask me why. Don't cry. Goodbye, my love. Bad Oklahoma, only home I know. Bad Oklahoma, the stale winds have blown. There's a long line heading west, a land of landless men. Bad Oklahoma, till we meet again. Oh, we're living inside a vision of a garden where we die. Oh, forbidden to eat the fruit of any root from another sky. There are gates I've read about where flowers bloom before too long. And it calls a heavy song. Goodbye, goodbye, my love. Goodbye, goodbye, my love. Goodbye, goodbye, my love. Bad Oklahoma, only home I know. Bad Oklahoma, the stale winds have blown. There's a long line heading west, a land of landless men. Bad Oklahoma.
Now I have to unmute us all. Unmute, 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 unmute. There you go.
That's a great video.
And that
Thank
was
Thank you.
amazing, visually, audibly, beautiful. I want the full video now. The movie. I want the movie. Where's the movie? That was wonderful.
I've driven through Oklahoma, and yeah, I have a feeling that was not filmed in Oklahoma.
No.
So that's literally just a short drive from where I grew up, my house, up in Forest Hill, up in the Sierra Nevadas, Sugar Pine Lake, places where I grew up and spent a lot of time and a lot of summers. And we were mulling around ideas, and all of a sudden I just tossed out, like, there's a bunch of snow in Forest Hill right now. It could probably look kind of sick. And we went up there and scouted a little bit, and the rest is history. Went up there, shot in a day, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely. It started snowing on us and everything too, so it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we got really lucky on a couple of the shots too. Yeah, like John said, it started snowing on some of the shots, and
How many cameras? How many cameras did you use?
I think just one.
Just one. It's big.
One
Our
camera.
friend, we just kind of put the camera on a steady cam. He kind of followed us around all day.
Yeah.
Just kind of, we planned it out as best as we could. Okay, maybe we want a shot like this, maybe a scene like this where we're carrying this coffin. But for the most part, really, it's just us kind of, being there in the mountains and him filming us. That's basically what happened.
Yeah, we knew that we wanted I think the original idea, I think it was maybe Ryan's idea, was to have us dragging a coffin through like the snow or something like that. That was just like the idea, and we didn't really have much more after that. So we're like, well, it's at least. So we built the coffin. We went and to like a costume shop in Sacramento and rented the costumes, and we did a day of location scouting up kind of where Johnny recommended, sort of up by Forest Hill where he's at right now.
Your film school comes through in this video.
Exactly
I was like, oh, I want to learn more. That's wonderful cuts and edits and clips and.
We filmed and edited everything ourselves, so it's all.
Yeah, we edited everything. And, we pretty much kind of directed Hayden where to go. Hayden was our friend who was filming. We just
just hold it. Just hold it.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we're like, okay, we're gonna like that opening shot where Axe is playing guitar and the camera's moving around him and Johnny's getting off the coffin and all that stuff. Like we knew we wanted that to be kind of one shot. So he had the Steadicam, and then we kind of spent maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, kind of just blocking it out. We're like, okay, Johnny will sit here and this, and we're just like, okay, and we kind of timed it, did a couple run throughs, and we're like, all right, record it, and we did a few takes.
It's excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Scott, which video do you want to show?
I have a question about that other video. Did you guys? How deep was the hole underneath the coffin that you had to dig?
It wasn't a hole. It wasn't a hole actually. So we kind of tricked it. So when you see Ryan get out of the coffin first, the camera pans away to Axel playing the guitar, and then when it turns back around, I get out of the coffin. So Ryan was in the coffin, and I was just behind Hayden, who was operating the camera. And then when he turned around, I just ran and popped in the coffin. Then when it came back around to me, then I just got out of it. So it took a little bit of planning, but
nice,
smart trick.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear a story of we got out there 3 weeks early and started digging. We had this room.
Honestly, we could hardly even walk because the boots that we rented from the cowboy shop were so slick on the bottom. There's a few shots in there where I'm basically slipping and falling. I tried to when I was editing, I was trying just to cut away all the stuff where I'm falling on my face. All the shots we have.
Those are good Patreon content videos.
Yeah, maybe we should have a Patreon.
Absolutely.
Maybe that would help.
What do you do with a custom coffin after the video is done?
I think we just destroyed it, but we actually have the lid that had the logo on it and everything. That's actually, we saved that, and that's hanging up in our band room currently.
The rest of it I just took apart and took it to the dump.
Yeah, the rest was just
didn't have any room for it in my garage.
It was just plywood. It was just scrap wood.
Yeah, it'd be cool to put that on the stage at all your shows,
a giant tip jar.
Yeah, I'd almost want to remake it, make it a little nicer. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe someday. It's kind of a cool little prop.
Yeah, it could definitely be updated. For the video, it was fine, but there's on our Instagram page at Bad Mother Nature, there's a time lapse video of us making that coffin. In 3 different parts of us just assembling it all fast. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it's just in Axel's garage here, so it was pretty fun.
Good idea for a speaker cabinet too.
Yeah.
We actually, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell this story because it's the funniest story of the shoot. But we were on that lake scene where we're carrying the coffin. These 2 hikers ended up coming the other way and see us obviously carrying a coffin.
Oh, yeah.
And they stop, and the gentleman goes, wow, I'm glad that you guys are doing this too. I just did this for my grandfather or my father, something like that, not too long ago.
Oh,
so they literally carried a real coffin with a real person around the lake to do some kind of final goodbye to it. Forest Hill has characters, man. Let me tell you, my town is full of characters and I love every one of them. But it was, I kind of looked at everybody and was just welcome to my town. This is what we do.
Dude, I forgot about that. Yeah.
That was probably, that's just one funny story from the shoot.
Yeah, we were we're just filming. This isn't a real
rock and roll, man. Yeah.
We're just carrying a dead body around. That was funny. I forgot about that. That was good.
They said those wild, rambunctious kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought our outfits were traditional,
traditional
Forest Hill West.
Yeah, it's a final rites thing in Forest Hill, boys. I don't know.
Spirit of the West.
Exactly.
The video was an homage to them then.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah, let's move over to Scott for a little while. SR Laws.
I'm happy to hear about the other band.
Yeah, me too.
Bad Mother.
Yeah. We can also come back and just go crazy. I want to make sure and get the videos shown and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I want to see Scott's stuff.
I want
Yeah,
some
let's see
feedback
it.
on my video. Give me feedback.
So
What's
yeah, I
that?
liked your video
Feedback
a lot.
on my video.
You have an amazing voice.
No, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
you're a really good singer.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think I was going to say something about Sonia. That was her song at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's great. That track I couldn't not listen to it.
That's a
I especially appreciate at the end the quotes, and I'm probably going to be paraphrasing, but it's just, you do the best you can until you can do better, and then you do better. And I really do appreciate that, and that's just kind of, I wish more people adopted that, as far as a willingness to listen and a willingness to learn and change and understand the other side of things. It's like Wiley said at the beginning. I love how you're tackling, it's not an easy topic, and it's just great to see it come out musically like that. I really appreciated it, Sonia.
Thank you. I needed feedback because I haven't shown it to anybody else. It's like, what does it look like? This is awful.
Ooh.
So this is the first time it's been seen publicly, period. And the actual YouTube release will be like at 3 p.m. today. So it'll go public. But I'm also doing all the video and the mixing and the editing and the blah, 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 blah. So this is my first time. I'm an overachiever. Ha, ha, ha.
Nice.
So that's why editing, I was like, look at all the cuts. Ooh, that's awesome. You had this angle, that angle. I was like, ooh, I need more. Yes,
Yeah.
I need a person. It's just me and my dog.
Sonia, did you also play? Did you play all the instruments on that song? Like, was that all you?
Yes. I played guitar, drums, and bass, but the drums is my SR-18.
Oh, okay.
But the bass is me going, I don't know how to play bass. I need a bass player. Okay, play. Yeah.
Which is what
Nice. No, it
Axel and
sounded
Corey did.
What'd you say, Wiley?
That's what Axel and Corey did in their band. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a bassist. Well, here, take a bass and
That was literally it. Yeah.
you
Double
are now.
Dog Studio is where I did the recording. His studio is based off of being a drummer. He's a drummer, and I was like, ooh, it's a pretty room.
I had my eye on those snares in the background.
Oh yeah, it's a wall. It's a whole wall.
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful wall.
Yeah.
Loving it.
No, y'all. Sonia's album, she basically wrote during the pandemic, and
Yep.
so a lot of the songs touch on, and so much happened in the pandemic. I mean, just isolation, but then so many social issues kind of reared up because we had nothing else to do except see what was going on.
Yeah.
So it's been cool seeing her videos and songs release periodically. Because I mean, they're all songs that stand on their own, but there is just such a clear theme.
Yeah.
Your referencing of, I've noticed this between songs, Sonia, of referencing dates, and you'll say in a month of this year or whatever.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, not a lot of people do that, and I mean, maybe because you are targeting such a specific period of time, it's important that it was. March 2020 was a lot different than February 2020.
For real. That's a trick I learned in songwriting from an artist named Ari Herstand. I was like, oh, yes. Okay, I got that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Thank you for the feedback, fellas. Now,
Yeah.
where'd Scott go? Scott, I'm going to play your video. Okay, let's pop it in the... Ooh, that's not what I meant. Okay, do the other thing.
You want to intro this, Scott?
Yes, let me pull it up.
So
Please
we're
do.
going to play Walk Away.
Add it to the stream. There we go.
Sure.
Okay, and then Scott, please tell us. Oh, wait, stop this one there.
Yeah. So this is cool. This was just my first, I guess, effort into making a video or handing it off, and So I just reached out to a guy who did a flyer, a graphic designer guy who did a poster, Richard Powell, and said, you know, can you make a lyric video? That's what they're called, right? So is this reverb too much?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And so he's like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. You know, so I sent him, I said, just listen to the track and, you know, it's no big deal. Just listen to the track and like get a theme, you know, I mean, and so anyway, he did, and it turned out kind of cool. We kind of went back and forth a little bit with the concept and, you know, technical choices and things like that, but it's pretty fun. And it's just a video to my song that has words on it that people watch these days. but it's pretty cool. I mean, I kind of, you know, you turn it up really loud.
All right. Refresh my memory. You play what instrument, sir?
So I sing and play acoustic guitar. I mean, on the track, I play other things, but.
Right on. Here we go.
Yeah, I recommend everybody turning it up to about 7 on your stereo.
Here we go. This is. Give me the thing. Here we go. All right, pull everybody back. Boom,
Dave Sampson plays guitar.
There you go.
Right?
Start from the beginning.
Brilliant colors we will try to find, searching unlikely places. The stars flood you in the fiery red. Will they burn you in the end? A million miles from nowhere, maybe you've lost your way in space. I travel to find that crimson line, following as it fades. Walk away, away, walk away from the jealous kind. Walk away, away, walk away. Stars and planets may hide you at night. I look deep beyond the Milky Way, like a needle in a haystack. What you always say. Walk away, away, walk away from the jealous sky. Walk away, away, walk away from what I say. Walk away, away, walk away from no solution. Walk away, away, walk away. All the lights purple and gold, showing me the road that I will take home. All the lights purple and gold, showing me the road that I will take home. Walk away, away, walk away from the jealous sky. Walk away, away, walk away from what I say. Walk away, away, walk away from no solution. solution. All the lights purple and gold.
YouTube needs to learn how to wait to the end of the song. Wait to the end of the song, YouTube. That would be really nice. Okay, let me stop this in my ears. Excellent. I like that so much.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
The
Oh yeah, spaceman.
the moonwalkers, the spaceship people.
Yeah. For found footage, it's like, I don't know, it resonates. I guess it's some.
That's how I did a lot of my editing. I was like, I need free video. Just give me cuts. I don't want it to be all me. So that was good. I like that.
Yeah, and I definitely, I seen it. I definitely didn't want to get involved with that because I really just primarily see it as another opportunity to, work with someone else or reach out or use someone else's services. More in a community way, not in a sterile business way. But there's so many things being created around us
at all times. Yes, sir.
Scott, where'd you guys film that video? Or do you know where that video was filmed at?
That video was filmed on Mars, I guess.
I was gonna say, oh yeah, it looked like it.
That's what I mean. Like he found all that footage.
Oh wow.
Obviously it was probably from the same file,
Yeah.
And then there was just I never saw I never saw the raw footage, so we just or maybe I did, but then we process it and made ripple effects in the screen and tried to get it to move with the audio, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that a steel?
I guess that's
guitar?
what a lyric video is supposed to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that a steel guitar? Steel lap guitar? I mean,
there's a few guitars on that song. I don't know. I'm sure there's a.
It sounded like it. It made my ears happy.
I don't know if he plays a Dan Electro 12 string on a couple tracks, but I don't think it's on that one. It probably just could be his old Hamer, like Les Paul style, or could be Strat. Whatever. I can't remember.
No, I was thinking this.
Whatever it was really cool. I bet.
Yeah. However, my band recorded this album. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it was cool. I had to push him for that guitar track. Not like it. It was one of those moments where it's like, dude, just
play.
Just fucking play it, like, So we had to, it was fun. It was cool to do that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's 6 minutes long. I don't care.
Yeah.
You can kind of see everybody nodding. We've all had that moment in the studio. It's like, don't play what you can play and what you've always played. Like, do something with it. Like push the envelope.
Yeah. The studio is great. It's like you second guess yourself.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We've been fortunate with our recent recording sessions. I think it's funny. We also have a drummer who does some of our recordings now, and just to get in there and have him push the envelope a little bit too, as far as having that outside guy who goes, I know you can do more, so do more, and or take away. You know what I mean? You're doing too much. Let's try it this way. So it's always nice to have that ear. Shout out Kevin.
Yeah.
Much love, my guy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the concept of Muscle Shoals from with Etta James. The producer there was like, you can do more.
Yeah.
Imagine telling Etta James she can do more.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you got.
True.
Well, she had that outside here to kind of like push her up.
He knew to do so, and not everybody knows that. So that's a good producer.
That is, it is.
You have to be able to take it too.
True that. Because I'm sensitive. Don't talk to me sideways. I'll leave.
Yeah. I think a lot of artists are kind of, because it's a very personal thing that you're sort of expressing yourself with, and to have someone else be like, I think you can do a little better. You're like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Or you get up here, you try it. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not always good either, because then sometimes they're better than you. You're like, okay, my bad.
Yeah, when you have to say, you don't seem comfortable expressing yourself right now.
Yeah.
Let's get you to where you're comfortable. And that's a discourse that's super, of value to have in a friendship or something, or a relationship. But
Yeah.
it's so, but you have to be able to hear it too. Be like, oh, fuck. All right.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I mean, it's not such a heavy topic, but I mean, like, yeah, just it was fun to push somebody and not really push them beyond their abilities, but maybe find like, this is what I'm connecting with about it. Are you connecting in the same way? And if so, can you record it?
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Next question. 3 favorite apps on your phone. Start with Scott, because he's not a techie.
I hate my phone.
You don't even have one favorite app.
Is it an Android or is it an iPhone?
It's an iPhone.
Okay.
It's a computer that I carry in my pocket.
Yes, it is.
I think Scott begrudgingly replies to my texts like, he's not because of me.
Yeah.
You would rather visit on the phone, or like speak or see in person.
Because it's technology. It's like, bleh, bleh.
I mean, the texting is actually the most. Anyway, it's just you can do too much on it. So someone who's trying to balance their time management.
Yeah, I can definitely
And give them, everybody does. It's a whatever. We all deal with it in our own way, but
Necessary evil.
having a house phone is pretty, and an answering machine. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
And getting a flip phone. It's like, anyway.
Yeah.
But my the most used are not necessarily my favorite. So, yeah, I don't really use it for pleasure. So,
do you
I
take
guess
pictures?
my camera.
There you go! Yay!
That would be the most. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
No, you know what, the voice memo thing, that's probably the most used.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just stay with that.
Gotta remember, there's the phone
you?
now does 30, 40 things at once from whatever, from the time period of Scott going, I don't like phones, that time period. The phones can do like everything. John.
Yeah, I really do get a kick out of how well the microphone records live sound.
HD quality, yeah.
Of the iPhones. Like, it is alluring.
I apologize for that. I am getting also calls from my boss for work. So apparently letting him know that I was in an interview didn't get to him. So I just had to text him real fast to let him know. I apologize for that.
That's
No
funny.
worries, sir.
We're experiencing the beauty of phones.
Technology.
I was going to say, right? I guess for me, I use my ESPN fantasy football app a lot. I'm that guy. I definitely do fantasy football way too much. And then from there, I use my Metronome app all the time. And so I'm always on that.
That's a good one. That's the other one for me.
The Metronome app is I've spent long hours. But other than that, Instagram, I think would probably be it. I'm always on Instagram, chatting with friends or posting nonsense, or that'll be my third.
Yeah.
Fellas.
You go first, Corey. I was thinking about that. I think probably I think the 3 apps I'm on like the most are probably like the YouTube app. I'm always watching videos and things. Probably the Notes app. I use Notes a lot just to write down like to-do lists or like just any recommended music or anything like that. Or if I have just like an idea for a little lyric, I'm always just putting stuff like that down. I do sometimes also use the voice memo app too. If I'm like driving in my car and have a little melody in my head, I have like 1,000 little recordings of me just going,
yeah,
just like little beatbox. And then
that's a great use.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I even have to like preface them for when I listen back later. It's like, okay, it sounds kind of like this, and it goes like this. It's really just for me. So if someone heard it, it's just like out of context. They just like, what the hell? And then probably Twitter. I'm on Twitter a lot, even though it's kind of collapsing at the moment. But it's pretty entertaining.
It's funny that it's actually collapsing right now.
As we speak, it may actually be, by the end of this conversation, there's a non-zero chance it might actually be the end of Twitter.
Oh, that's so sad.
In an organization, a musical group I'm in, it's a big community sort of thing. Our social media team was like, hey, do we have anything important in Twitter just in case it disappears tomorrow forever?
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Any videos that are only there and not somewhere
I know.
else.
Yeah, thankfully, I don't think we do. I think we're pretty well backed up.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Hilariousness. So we're getting down to the wire. So I can show both videos back to back and be out, or we can keep bantering conversation. Like, I want to know, are you guys going to play in more of the virtual world? I have a performance opportunity. They're like, you got to get the things, and I'm like, the what? The game thing, the goggles that go on your face to play in it. And I was like, how am I going to play guitar in this virtual world? That's my question. So that's my next question. Are you guys going to? Scott's like, no.
I think it's something we're open to. We don't have any plans to do that. I mean, kind of seems like we have enough on our plate just trying to, play live shows and then record. Something we're open to. We didn't really do a lot of it during the pandemic because we used that time to mainly write and record. But like I said, something we're open to.
Are your live shows recording live? I mean, when you go to venues and stuff, are they doing live streaming?
Some of them do. I mean, well, I don't know if the venue does, but I think we will sometimes bring a camera or maybe a videographer, and we'll have them film it. Like we played a couple shows this year. One of them was the 11 Amp concert series in Carson City, and they had their own. It was like a whole production, and they had their own camera that was filming it. And then we played concerts in the park here in Sacramento, and we actually had our buddies. We just asked, like, can you guys come and film it for us? And so we have footage from both of those shows. But
most of that footage we used, for social media,
just for
promotional
promos.
material. It's not even stuff that is necessarily like we record good audio on it. But it's good video content, just again for promotion or social media stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the way that the industry is going to help itself revamp, invigorate, bring more of a bigger audience by being virtual. That's my thought.
It might, yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. I guess.
On one hand, you can reach potentially a bigger audience virtual. On the other hand, though, there's nothing quite like being there present at a live show, and that's what we really love about being in a band is playing live in front of people.
Yes,
Can't really capture even virtually. Again, not discounting that at all.
Sonia, are you describing like doing like a webcast concert, kind of like how we're doing now, or are you talking about like in a virtual reality simulation concert?
So that Facebook is turning into Meta, right?
Right.
So that's a new platform that you can go and perform live in virtually.
Oh, I see.
So I have been asked to come perform in there, and I'm like, I don't have the tools yet, so I had to go get the tools to do so. But I'm also one of those artists that came from the Second Life platform of performing. Do you know what Ready Player One, the movie, was?
Yeah.
So I was actually one of those people, not from the movie, but virtual reality performing artist for 10 years of my music life.
Interesting.
And made paid bills.
Wow.
From being an avatar in a game streaming live, just like this, but into the game.
Well, what was your experience as that? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was beneficial, or was it just something that you kind of like are kind of
kept me sane, gave me a place to play, built audience, got new fans, had some different group of people from that platform come into the real world and watch my shows. So yeah.
Nice.
There you go. Something to consider, I suppose.
It's And it's not all about me. There's another platform that I've been playing on during the pandemic that I made quite a bit of chunk of change that you can play virtually. Like you could set up a camera and do your live rehearsals and still make money and build your fan base and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Wiley, make me stop talking.
But I think you've got every musician's attention with making money. How?
Virtually, just like this. You can perform in a bunch of different platforms. Like TikTok is the new thing to be on, period. It just is. I personally get a much bigger response from any content that I put out from TikTok than I do from any other platform.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what. Okay, but I'm just going to keep doing both. Yeah. So, but I have been performing virtually since before 2012. The other platform that I've been on is called StageIt, STAGEIT, and it's a great platform to play on. If you want to go just have a place to play, do it just like this from whatever device you're using right now. You can play.
Interesting. Yeah, so my wife and I are in an acoustic duo together, and we've actually been thinking more and more about that. And I don't know if Patreon is the right thing. We kind of joked about OnlyFans, but we wouldn't do it like in our underwear or anything. But just some sort of yeah. Well, I don't. Maybe it would make more money. I would think not, but people like feet and all sorts of different things. Maybe they like me shirtless, but just that idea of, should we do a subscription thing or a $5 a show or a donate what you want to, but have an account where you log in and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know that we're ready for that, but it's interesting. I mean, it beats, driving to small town and playing, 10 p.m. to midnight and then getting home at 3 and, tired and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Except that you have human experiences there. And that's kind of what all draws us into this too. You like shaking someone's hand, and you love seeing. When people ask me why I play music so that when I am drumming, I see a smile come on someone's face, or, when they feel the beat, that's my drug, and that's what keeps me doing it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, the nastier the face you make, the more into it I am. So it's just, if you can, like you said, if you can connect with that one person in the audience, I do it too. I think everybody's guilty of it. You just kind of crowd surf a little bit, and you just see the reaction, and it's like a drug. I'm addicted to it. I love the feeling of watching people get up and genuinely have fun with our music and dance and party and celebrate and, just have a good time. It's just, there's no better feeling, really.
Yeah.
All right. We're at the top of the hour. Today has been my co-host, Mr. Wiley.
Kepp.
Thank you.
It's Kepp.
It's Kepp.
Kept quiet.
Kepp Wiley. And then we have Mr. Scott Laws.
Thank you for having me here. It's been good to hang out with these guys.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
And then we had Bad Mother Nature.
Nice.
How many times do you just let it slip?
Bad Mother. Y'all have been a joy and a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to bring you all down off the screen. Stand by. Boom, 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 boom. And my name's Sonia Javette. Thank y'all for being here. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Bye-bye.